Coming up on this week's episode of the World of TV, we'll talk about the coronavirus, some good news that John Krasinski has, and a primetime TV show that's making its return to the airwaves. All of this and next on the World of TV. Recorded from his house, this is the World of TV. And now, here's your host, Ralph Quidone. Thank you so much for tuning into the world of television. My name is Ralph Quidone. I'm so thankful that you took just a little bit of time out of your day to listen to this podcast. Now, let's get to the headlines. The biggest headline in the world of TV has to be the COVID-19 outbreak. According to Wikipedia, there are 1,536,979 cases confirmed worldwide, with the United States having the bulk of the cases, with 457,035 people confirmed to have the coronavirus. I want to first thank all of our healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, first responders, police officers, firefighters, and I also want to take time to thank the store employees that are going out of their way to keep our shelves stocked, trucks driven, and make sure we all have the supplies that we need. You have not gone unnoticed, so I thank you. Now on to some good news. John Krasinski's doing just that. He has a new show on YouTube called Some Good News, where he interviews different celebrities and people with inspirational stories. His first guest was his fellow Office co-star, Steve Carell. You can catch Some Good News, which seems to be airing at least one episode a week on YouTube. Last night, another show came back on to the airwaves. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire made its primetime return yesterday with new host Jimmy Kimmel, but on Monday night they had a primetime special with Jimmy Kimmel sitting down for an interview with former host Regis Philbin. The show had aired from 1999 to 2019, with only some of those episodes airing in primetime. It was the most popular game show. Some celebrities that were on last night's episode were Modern Family's own Eric Stonestreet and Will Forte. Oh boy, you know what that tone means. It's time for Ralph's recommendation of the week. I know you're sitting at home with some spare time, so I'm going to give you a show every week that you could binge watch. This week's show of the week is none other than The Office, starring Steve Carell, Rainn Wilson, John Krasinski, and Jenna Fischer. The show had a run on NBC and lasted for 9 seasons. The show is currently on Netflix up until next year when it moves to NBC's new streaming platform. I highly recommend you watch that show. You won't be disappointed. And that is Ralph's Show of the Week. And that just about does it for this week's episode of the World of TV. I thank you so much for tuning in. On next week's episode, we'll talk about what's going on in the world of TV the week of April 16th. And we'll have another one of Ralph's recommendation of the week. So make sure you tune in. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day. This has been a production of The World of TV starring Ralph Quidone. Written, produced, and edited by Ralph Quidone. All sounds courtesy of freesound.org. If you have any questions or would like to get in touch, my email is ralphquidone98@aol.com.